good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. We appreciate everybody tuned in on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We appreciate you guys present week in and week out. As you can see today, we are telling the story of the gym Refuel, centered here in basically A-Leaf, Texas. You see the flyer up. We have some amazing individuals with us today. So you guys have seen this flyer posted up, so you know what you guys are in store for. We appreciate everybody tuning in, and we welcome the Refuel team. We appreciate y'all being present and being part of this show today, and thank you so much to Miss Andrea Everline. We appreciate you being here. But we're going to share her story here in just a little bit, and we have some other individuals that are going to talk about what they have going on here at the gym. And so, again, we like to say thank you to everybody. I see my man Nick T as always. I appreciate you tuning in, and one of our community partners, Sherelle Webb. I appreciate you guys tuning in. And this is the Reach Podcast Show, where every show reaches beyond the ears of the listeners, and we're telling the stories of individuals throughout the city and around the world and the amazing things that they're doing to give back to the community, and why this is such a big deal for them. So again, we are here at Refuel, and we're going to tell their story. But as we do every week, we definitely want to pay homage to everybody who supports the Reach Podcast Show. So I'd like to get into the sponsorships and the people who stand behind the Reach Podcast Show. One, of course, being Dad Chronicles, which is my 501c3. As you guys know, we're giving back to the young individuals, helping them be exposed and imposing opportunities to them. This being a great one, because it's all about mental health and wellness. It's one of the things that I stand behind and stand on. We want everybody to be focused and be at their best ability from day in and day out. So the Reach Podcast Show is definitely sponsored and powered by Dad Chronicles. So go and check the website that you see scrolling at the bottom, and you can find out some of the things that we're doing in the community. Next, I'd like to highlight WBP Radio. Shouts out to my man Tibbs for everything that they're doing. It's a company that's a radio station, I should say, that's based out of Atlanta. We're expanding here in the Houston area and building up that market. So if you're looking for positive hip hop and positive inspiration tunes, you definitely want to download and get locked in with WBP Radio. We Break Purpose Radio. So definitely shouts out to them. So anytime you see the logo for WBP Radio, it's definitely a good station to listen to. So when you see that logo, you definitely know this is the station that I'm talking about. Next, I'd like to highlight another company that has been influential in everything that the Reach Podcast Show is doing, and that's Candace Joseph and the Joseph Consulting Firm. If you guys have a business idea, you're trying to plan out something, you're not clear on what you want to do or how you want to do it, this is definitely a company that you can get with. They'll help you take your ideas from start to finish. And as you'll see, their slogan is going to always be your idea, their way, but it's going to be your success. So you definitely want to tap in with the Joseph Consulting Firm and let them get you on your way to doing business. You could be in business 2 weeks, 2 years, 20 years, it doesn't matter. They can help you in any shape, form, or fashion. So go and check the website that you see scrolling at the bottom and let them know that the Reach Podcast Show sent you, and they'll definitely take care of you. So if you have any business ideas or you need some assistance in that, go again and check the website that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen, and that team, they'll help you out, really, really, really help you out. Next, I'd like to highlight a company and an organization that I've been with, which is which is the World Youth Foundation. They are definitely doing a lot of things here in the city. You if you haven't heard the name, then you are missing out on a bunch of opportunities. This is a company that is definitely giving back to our youth and definitely doing things that are making a large impact within the community right here in the city of Houston. So I'd like to highlight one of our programs, which is our YIP program, Youth Innovative Incubator Program, where we give back to our youth every second Saturday of the month. And we just had an event this past Saturday where we taught the kids coding and robotics, and they had a great time. So we'll play that little clip now. right. And that is the World Youth Foundation. Our youth program, again, is every second Saturday of the month. So if you have some youth or know some individual or organization that would like to get involved with the things that we're doing, just tap in and check out the website that you see scrolling at the bottom. Or you can follow us on Instagram at YIP365. That's YIIP 365. You can check us out there. And, we'll get connected with you in that fashion. Next and last, I would definitely like to highlight the Black Store. And this is individuals that are doing a lot also in the community, and they're building their platform and doing a lot of different things so that way everybody can get involved. And we want you guys to know about them and understand their mission and everything that they have going on. So we'll play a clip from them as well.
If you haven't been to the Black Store Beauty Supply Experience, this is a personal invitation to come experience the best customer service at a beauty supply store. Bringing you all the beauty brands that you know and love, but most importantly, we support more than 70 local Black-owned brands in the state of Texas and Louisiana. Like having access to a Black-owned pop-up shop 7 days a week. For the ladies who love to pamper themselves, please come experience our nail salon and spa. For the fellas, y'all can look forward to a barbershop coming soon. We'll have our own personal man cave back here. And for those who have a thing for agriculture, we definitely want you to come visit our backyard where you can find our community garden. Thanks for tuning in to the Reach Podcast Show with LeVar Ellis. Y'all enjoy this great content.
Knowing.
Hooker be knowing. I don't know what I did for you on the side of the road, but I got you always.
Absolutely.
I think it was, you probably had a flat tire.
I think so.
Knowing me, if you was a woman with a flat tire, I got you.
Yes.
I know how to change tires.
All right, we back live and forgot about it. So that's the Black Store. We are connecting with our people on Instagram, so forgive us. But that is the Black Store over in Sunnyside, South Park, Texas, and we want you guys to get connected with them and be connected with all of the events that they have going on. Follow them on Instagram. Go to their website and check out all the amazing things that they're doing. And let them know again that the Reach Podcast Show sent you. And I said they were going to be last, but we definitely have one other company that we want to highlight, and that is the Executive Suite. They are all about plants over pills and doing things a holistic way, and they have some amazing products for you guys. So you definitely want to check them out. We'll play a short clip from them.
This is Kivia Jones of the Executive Suite. The Executive Suite is a natural skincare and body care product line. Each of our products are created with your overall self-care, health, and wellness in mind. We definitely believe in plants over pills because cannabis has saved each of our lives. And if you are listening to the Reach Podcast Show with LeVar Ellis, it could possibly change yours too.
All right, that is the Executive Suite. So as you can see, they have some amazing products for you guys. If you're tired of getting diagnosed with certain illnesses or issues and getting prescribed all these different pills, you may want to take a look into their company and find out some of the things that they can offer you to help you in a more holistic way using their products. I can tell you, I can provide a little testimony. I've sent several people to them, and they have definitely seen some amazing results. So definitely want to check out the Executive Suite. Just go to the website that you see scrolling again at the bottom of the screen. Let them know the Reach Podcast Show sent you. And when you do that, for all the people that we have showcased this morning, please let them know the Reach Podcast Show sent you. You never know what type of discounts or specials that you might get by letting them know that. And we want to let them know that they are being fully supported here on this platform. But again, for everybody on IG, welcome if you just tuned in. We thank you for tuning in. We thank you for being present. And everybody on Facebook and Instagram, we appreciate you guys being here. So we've gotten to the point of the show that I'm excited about, right? We are here at Refuel with the CEO and owner, Ms. Andrea Everline, and her team. We thank you guys again for being present and being part of this interview. And so for me, it's all about finding out what's going on. You know, we got connected the other day. We're still trying to figure out how we know each other from the past. And like I said, I'm gonna figure it out first, but we're gonna figure that out. But the other thing is, what you're doing is part of my mission. That's why I was interested in having an interview with you guys. And it's all about mental health and wellness. People being in shape, taking their health and their mental state really, really serious. And I know that's part of integrated in what you guys do over here. And so, you know, I'd like for you to introduce yourself and tell the people who you are. And, you know, y'all welcome Ms. Andrea Everline to the show. So let everybody know who you are.
I am Andrea Everline. Like he said, I am the CEO and owner of this company. And really, honestly, I live by the mantra of leaving your mark every day. I work with amazing people that leave their mark every day, so it's only right. And so, yeah, that's what we're trying to do is continue to be an influence in our community and to lead from the front and to just be leaders that we are.
Absolutely, absolutely. And guys, I'd like for you to go ahead and introduce yourself. We're going to hear from y'all in a little bit after we get a little bit of a story, but go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Well, my name is Jake McCarthy, and like she said, I feel like we're just a team of people that are ready to work and leave our mark and leave everything that we got behind our craft. And I believe we're the greatest in the industry. If you believe that, and you reaffirm it every day with the actions you take, I think it's true in your head, then you'll start carrying yourself that way. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Welcome, Jake. And my man.
Like Jake said, just leading the pack, as well as Andre said, we're just leading the pack. It's bigger than just being in shape. It's more mental in that aspect. She'll definitely mentally get you to a whole another level.
Absolutely. And everybody on IG, that's Jake right here. My man Kazi, we have to just work with what we got this morning, man. The other tablet is just acting crazy this morning. So they're saying they can't see you, Jake, so I had to make sure that they see you. All right. So I want to mess with her a little bit, right? So she says she wants everybody to be intimidated by coming here, and I call you beast already. I've seen a couple of your workouts on IG. So first question I have for everybody is, and I'll start with you, like, what should people expect when they come here to Refuel? What can they look forward to?
Accountability. From the time you walk into the door, we're affirming when you come in that we are serious about what we do. I have been completely strategic about this whole movement, even bringing in certain coaches. And for me, I do want you intimidated because this is not a playground for you just to have recess. This is something that we do and take very, very seriously, and we want to take people to the next level. I personally believe, I think that what people are afraid of is being uncomfortable. And so what we do is we make you a bit uncomfortable. We challenge you to be your best self, and that's why I want people to be intimidated, because I think you can go to other facilities and it's no shade, right? I just know that you fit in.
Right.
Here, not everybody fit in, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm building a community and tribes of go-getters, and I will continue to do that as I move throughout this industry.
That's what's up.
Whether it goes from the coaches or the customers that come in.
That's what I was about to say. You mentioned even your coaches, and that's a big
Absolutely.
thing. You're creating a culture around here, and you want everybody to be up to par, as far as what you want. And, creating that experience to make sure that even if you're not here, they're getting that same experience, I think is really big and is really important. And before we go too much into that, I'd like to hear from y'all and tell me what y'all expect people to expect when they come here. And Jake, I'll let you go first.
Okay. Yeah, I think, my experience with Andrea and the Refuel brand as a whole, whether I'm working out with her or working with her with a training project or whatever it may be, that word holds so much weight to me, because every time I work with her, or anytime we work together, I do feel refueled. So I think that's exactly what people can expect when they come in here. You're going to get your ass whooped, and it's going to be hard, but you're going to leave stronger, whether it's mentally, physically, whatever it is. You're going to feel like you have this boost of energy, and it's going to carry you on to whatever the next task is. It's not all about your physical abilities and whatnot. It's about what else do you do outside of here that allows you to leave your mark, and what kind of principles can you take from this gym and apply them to whatever else you're looking to advance in. So you can look to be refueled.
I mean, for the most part, it's just going to be a whole nother level as far as not just the physical aspect, but also the mental aspect, which is what's going to lead you to the next day and the next day, and that pushes us. Like Jake and me, literally Andrea will push you, and the next minute, even if you break, you're not broken. Mentally, you just stepped up a whole nother level. And there's been times where Andrea's killed me on the field, killed me dead, but it actually pushed me a lot further, and that's why we're here today. So, good start.
Absolutely. And so we'll hear from you. What would you say in addition to the comments that they made?
It's facts.
It's facts.
But the most beautiful thing is that we feed off energy. Yesterday I got in Jake's face, and just to give it a little cute story, but I got in his face and I said, "Hey, I know the boss here. I can get the key. We can go all night." And so Jake responded back on some like, "Oh yeah, you know the boss here. You can get the key." And it was great because that energy was so high,
right? And
we were going at it. And I think that's what's important. I think people are afraid to compete.
Mm-hmm.
And what we do here, it's not only just leave your mark, but we train like athletes. We focus on speed. We focus on agility. Things that people forget about, movements, functional movements. None of our equipment are motorized. It's non-motorized. So you are forced to run like an athlete. You're forced to move like an athlete. And I think that most people I don't care what size you are, I don't care where you're at in your world or in your journey.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I leaving college and after having my son, my focus was I started visioning what I wanted again after him. So I always saw the athlete that I was, but I even talked to a woman that's not as athletic, and she sees this woman that she's creating.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that if people start tapping into that a little bit more, then instead of being so intimidated by what someone that's bringing them, today it was crazy because I responded to someone. She said, I really want to come to your gym, but I'm scared.
Exactly.
Right?
I want to pause you right there,
mm-hmm.
right? Because we talked a little bit yesterday. And so that's what I want to do. I want to give people a little bit of the story, right? So
mm-hmm.
let's go back a little bit to who you are and who you were before Refuel, and let people know kind of like your background and where you come from, and and we'll talk about how it led to coming up to Refuel.
All right, cool. I'm from the Mo.
Mo City. I'm a hybrid, man.
Yeah.
I'm SWAT
I'm
and
from
the
the Mo. Yo, but I'm from Mo City. Everybody knows Southwest. I grew up as an athlete my whole entire life. When kids were going to school, we were on the track with our uncles or whatever. Like we played ball before school, and I remember that as a young age. So this is something that has been embedded in me since a baby girl.
Mm-hmm.
I was the only girl on the football team. I was raised with 6 brothers, so I was the first girl. So for me, it was 5 and then me.
Mm-hmm.
Then my little brother came. But this was something that was always like, I better toughen up, or you got to hang. And for me to hang with
you're the only girl.
I was the only girl.
Was
then
the only girl.
Then my 2 sisters came along.
Okay.
But I say all that to say, went to college, got a full ride scholarship to play ball. Also ran track. Anyways, ended up having my beautiful son. After my son, 2 years later, I just got huge. I was 285 pounds. And you go from being an athlete, absolutely. Yep.
I want people to understand this, right? I just kind of want to pause there. Have y'all seen her at 285?
No.
Can y'all even imagine that, right? Like, okay, go ahead.
So, and no one could. My family was just like, "You okay?" It kept going, but the thing is, it gave me a different perspective about training,
mm-hmm.
and it gave me a different. I looked at it differently because at that point I was in such denial about how I used to say there, "No, please, nobody hit me with no body shaming." But I used to say how fat people don't know they fat,
right?
And so when it happened to me, I was in clear denial, and I was forced to change my habits because I was young. I was 20-something years old, just gave birth, and I thought my body was going to snap back.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't, and
mm-hmm.
I was just being irresponsible. And I know a lot of people have stories that's connected to their weight gain or lifestyle. I don't have that story.
And that was
I was just being irresponsible.
Yeah, you told me that, and so because I was like, my thing is, and like you say, it's no disrespect to people that have weight on them, but it's just like I feel like personally, you get to a certain point, and it's like you want to make a change, or if you don't, it's all about being mindful about certain things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yours was just a lack of discipline, And so my point with that is that there's different reasons why people are the way they are, and you never know what it is, and you learned that basically I need to get back to my discipline. I need to get back to myself, and so I think that's another thing that's just cool within itself is just understanding that it's time for a change, and so I respect that too.
Yeah, the change was necessary.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I come from a family. I mean, like I said, we breed fitness. This is what we do. I've been in it over 15 years, really my whole life, but professionally for that long. And so for me, I've been able to travel the world, do things that people can only dream of doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I am very grateful for my opportunities, but it took a lot of discipline because when I was not motivated, I'm sorry, I just was not motivated looking at myself in the mirror like, golly, like look at my stomach, you know. And you work hard for a week or two, that motivation can go down the drain. Mm-hmm. And then you have someone, or you start connecting with people that you want to work out with, and then you're like, I cannot do what they're doing, but that dog in me, mm-hmm. that's that dog in me. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. I wish people
where you came from.
That's where I came from, but it's something that's embedded in you. Like I can't give, no matter how motivational I can be to someone, it's something that has to click within you.
Right.
Like you have to say enough is enough, you know? And I think for me, it was enough. Like I was like, oh no, I can't continue my life down this, because it's a spiral thing, and it's like a snowball effect. And I didn't see anything good coming from it. I believe that my health is my wealth. That is the number one priority. If I don't spend money on anything, I spend good money on food.
Yeah.
And I take that very seriously. And my thing is that I try to live a very whole life. And it's not just for the food. It's for mentally. It's for being centered, alignment, putting the right people around you. Mm-hmm. Anybody in this room can tell you I'm the most optimistic person. When you talk to me, all I'm trying to think about is, hey, let's think positive about it. It was funny because the pipes bust the other day.
Oh, wow.
Literally, we were flooded, bro.
Come on.
Yeah, it's called being, you know.
Wow.
So the pipes busted, and Jake said, hey, man, it's good you can laugh about it. I said, well, hell, but that's what I'm going to do, you know? So we run into those moments, and it's like, for me, I've seen, to me, I'm like, I'm either going to take it this way or that way, and I'd rather look at it in a good way. So yeah. I say all that to say is that's what I did with my life when it came to fitness. I was so focused on getting the good out of it and focusing on the great part instead of worrying about what I couldn't do or the negative part. So
yeah, that reminds me of a powerful quote, and it goes, you know, when you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at will change.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's so true. You know, we can take things one way or the other, and you create the energy behind what you're doing and what you're going after, and it's just gonna be manifested. Mm-hmm. You know, is what it's all about. So you told me about a little something in regards to that moment that you remember when you made your mind up that it was time for a change. So talk a little bit about that.
With my nephew?
Yeah.
So kids are the most purest things little human beings, their hearts are so pure. And I remember I was in my brother Darnell's garage, and his son came. I was doing some sit-ups or something. I can't remember what I was doing, but I know I was on the ground doing something. And Andre walked out, and he said, Auntie, you big. You know? And it clicked for me.
Yeah.
And I was like, this kid, if he can see this,
yeah.
And I've been in denial the whole entire time, there's something wrong, right? And ever since that day, I remember I went on that lemonade cleanse. They call it the Beyonce diet now. Okay. But I went on a lemonade cleanse for 27 days just to get my mind right.
Wow.
And and after that, I just got so serious about what I wanted. And that's when I truly believe it started for me. And I mean, that was years ago. I was in my 20s. Mm-hmm. And so it was crazy because at that moment, God gave me another perspective for helping so many people that were overweight. And so they always say, it's hard. You don't understand, because they saw me in this body. I'm like, oh, I do understand.
Yeah.
It's what you want to do.
You can actually speak to it.
Yeah, it's what you want to do. And I'm happy for that experience because it was a mental struggle, you know, because like I said, you're looking at yourself one way, but it's this way.
Right.
And so, yeah, my nephew is the one that he hit the switch for me.
You,
yeah, he hit the switch for me.
So I find something interesting out of that. And maybe it's an opinion or maybe it's a factual thing. But when it comes to making that switch, when it comes to you get the notice that it's time for a change, do you feel like you have to do it mentally first, or do you feel like you can do mental and physical at the same time?
Everything is mental first. You have to make a decision. And when you make that decision, I don't think nobody can turn you away from it. Only you can get in your own way.
Yeah.
I tell them all the time, your ego can stop you from doing so much other stuff and stopping your blessings. It stopped mine before. So, yeah, only you can get in your way. But it's a mental you got to turn on the mental part first before you can even step inside of a facility or hire a trainer or start the first walk. Like, that's a mental switch first, if you ask me.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I totally agree. Some people feel like they can do them both at the same time, but I feel like the mind is so strong that the body can kind of fight against it. And if you haven't made up in your mind that you want to do it, then it's just going to become a struggle. You know, I don't really think that you can do them both at the same time. Guys, how do you feel about that? Do you think you have to make it mentally first to overcome everything physically?
I have mixed opinions, I think, because I think sometimes putting your body in a immense physical situation can spark something in your head. Like for me, there'll be times where, I'll go out for a run or something, and I'll say, I'm gonna go do 2 miles, and then at that 2 mile mark, something clicks, and it's like, no, I'm gonna do another 2, and then at that 2 miles, something clicks, and whatever it may be, whether you're in the gym or whatever. There's plenty of times. A lot of them have been with Dre, but plenty of times where I I only kept going because
You got started.
yeah. You know what I mean? Like I didn't think that I was gonna be able to do something, and then I ended up doing damn near twice as much there was points where I was like, no, I can't do any more, and then I go do 30, 45 more minutes of work, and so I think it's you can't have one without the other in my opinion.
I think you're hearing her voice in your head is what I think.
This is the deal. I agree with him, but Jake, and this is just me sitting here with you. I agree to a certain degree, right? Because I say, for instance, you are already in your training. So let's talk about the person that sees us training, and they're completely intimidated. They think they got to jump over this box like we jump over that box. One, they're afraid to come in, right? Two, they're like, oh my God, I cannot do that. They're constantly already talking themselves out. But when you have a person that's sitting at home saying, I might can't jump over that box, but I can roll over that box, and for them just to get in here, it has to be something mentally. That's all I'm saying. Like, we get it. I think that, I think when we're in the gym, and I think when athletes are in the gym and we're feeding off energy, we totally understand that part. Like, and I got to stick my second win. But I'm also talking to the person that's watching us, that's completely intimidated, that need a life change, and they need it through us, right? What can they do? And I'm going to ask you this question. You can answer on here. What can they do before they walk into what decision do they have to make before they even come in, for themselves to say, hey, I know that I can do that. That's a mental switch, right? Yeah. So I personally believe that that's what we've been getting. People keep saying, y'all look crazy. What kind of gym is that? And so what would be something that you would share with your members, the members here, that come in, like what would you tell them when they're looking on the outside looking in order to get them here?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think in that aspect, yeah, it's 100% mental, because you have to accept the fact that it's gonna suck. And this was just on my mind the other day too. But the one thing that doesn't change is that, like, it always sucks. Like, even for people like us, like,
absolutely,
it sucked like hell yesterday. Like,
yeah.
And it doesn't change whether you're rolling over the box or jumping over the box.
Absolutely.
It's gonna freaking suck, because the better you get, the more effort you can give, and the more things that you can do, the longer you can go, whatever, you're still gonna be put through hell, and you're still gonna be put into this uncomfortable situation where your mind's gonna test you, and you're gonna have all these opportunities to stop what you're doing, or to take a day off, or take a week off, or whatever. There's going to be all these things that are trying to get you to slow down, or to change your mind and be like, I don't really want to do this. So it's a huge mental aspect, especially when starting 100%, that you have to decide, like, no, this is what I want, and no matter how much pain is thrown my way, I'm going to keep going. Okay, so yeah, I definitely agree with you on that.
Absolutely. Yeah. We got a view on IG saying that's right, one day at a time. I agree. You got to go one day at a time. What do you have to say, brother?
I agree with him. I agree with Jake 100%. It is all mental, in my opinion, more so mental than anything, because there's Jake outworked me, got in my head. Drake, my ass, just got in my head, but it didn't, bring me down. It only made me work a lot harder. Like, I'm just switching my diet up this week, just so this Saturday I come and kick both their
Oh yeah, really. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, she said we'll see.
No, good. Like, we like hearing that.
All right.
Like hearing that.
So, and again, guys, I'm just trying to make sure we tell the story. So we talked a little bit about, where you come from, and the things you've been through. You have other things that you've done. I don't know how much you want to talk about that in depth, but I kind of want to lead up to what made you decide to open up this gym, so we can get fully into the Refuel story.
Yeah, I was testing a theory overseas. This is not new to me. This is something that has already been in action. So I think opportunity met preparation. Okay. And so over those years, when I was in a park when nobody was there, I've done what these kids are doing. I've done all this stuff. So for me, I put over 10,000 hours, and that's what they say. Put your 10,000 hours in.
Yeah.
I'm still doing it, and I will
Yeah.
continue to do it. So I'm 38 years old. I've been doing this my whole entire life. Refuel was birthed out of a space when I lived in Saudi Arabia working for the royal family. And one important thing that I remember was, what are you going to do while you're here, right? And if this ends today, what's your plans? And so for me, I always put that, and I always tell people, I don't have a plan B.
Right.
This gym has to go.
Yeah.
I tell them all the time, I don't care if you leave. This no clown ever and no monkey ever stops this show.
Yeah.
Because there's one thing I can say, I'm always invested in my purpose. I'm always going to be invested in my why.
You fierce.
Oh, it's more than fierce. I understand who I am.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't believe I know who I am. I know who I am.
That's what's up.
And that's the difference. And so my belief system, and not only in God, but my belief system in what I do as a leader, I'm not afraid to work with other great people. As you can tell, they all bring something. We all bring something to the table.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have several other trainers that's going to come in here and bring all something to the table. One thing that God did is put me in the position to lead my pack, but that doesn't mean that I don't look at them as leaders.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I respect every person that come in here, but when it was birth, that's what it was. I was sitting overseas and I asked myself, what do you want? And then I used to come home for 3 months out of the year. I'd be overseas for 9 months, and I'd come home 3 months out the year, and I started running these free boot camps. And all I focused on was giving back to the community. I wanted to tithe in my own way. Everybody knew me for feeding the homeless for over 10 years, and I've always just been a woman of service. That's
Wow.
who I am. And so I was just like, well, I don't need nobody's money. You know, I don't care about that. I just want to help people.
Right.
And so when I changed my life around, I wanted to give people the blueprint. And I think everybody that was showing up, they wanted something like really cool. Like, what herb did you take? What product did you take? And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I woke up early, and I got on a treadmill. I did a walk, or I committed to meditating, or I committed to just loving me a little bit more. That's the best medicine I did. I started loving me more, and I started focusing on what was the most important thing, was really refueling who I was. And Refuel is more of a restore, rejuvenate, and restart. And so for me, and there's so much more to this company that will grow from this, but this gym has already been, this is not new. Opportunity met preparation in Houston. That's it. And so for me, only God knows. I don't care what it took to get here. Like I said, I know who I am, and God will start doing things for you and make things so clear for you. So when people say, "Oh, I believe," that's an opinion. You don't know. You think you do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a space now. I know.
Yeah.
And I know I'm in the right space. I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
And if anybody don't like it, they're gonna have to stay uncomfortable with it.
Right.
You know. So for me, I'm so focused on making my space better and my team life better and what we do better, and also lead in the right way, to where I'm just like, God, I don't want to joke. I don't want to mishandle what you've given me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I never thought in a million years, I'm going to be honest with you, which is, and I speak about God a lot because I'm a true believer in knowing that if I believe, meaning if I think that this is real, then I got to know that it's real because I feel it within me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so by me standing here today I'm sitting here today and knowing that I'm in the right place, I know that God has given me all the tools I need to make this go.
Yeah.
And so my focus is just that I just want to be very strategic with what I do and bring in the right coaches. This gym is class-based, but it's not a class-based that you're used to. You know, I'm also trying to break the stigma from men feeling like they cannot come to a group class. I think when anybody see me training with my guys, they know, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, we gonna get it in. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
This gym fits 48 people. Right now, we call it the Cube. Inside we have cardio equipment. We have the curved treadmills, the rowers, the assault bikes, the skiers inside with other things. And then on the outside, we do strength and conditioning. We do speed and agility. We do not allow people that's under 18 years old to join our facility. It's members-based, and there's more to come, right? But for the most important thing about this facility is that from the time you walk in the bathroom, from the time you walk in the door, you're affirming. You're like, man, what is this? It's quotes. What does this mean?
Yeah.
You know, and we're constantly just trying to. I told them when I first started is that I wanted leave your mark to kind of like Google.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're on Yahoo, you don't say I'm about to Yahoo something. You say I'm Googling.
Yeah.
it became a verb for anything that you do of searching.
Google it.
You Google it. Google me.
Yeah.
And so what I want.
That's funny. Nobody does say Yahoo it. Like,
no one says
nobody
that.
says that.
Right?
Yeah.
So Google has become a verb.
Yeah.
My focus is making leave your mark every day a verb and making this facility a place to where when you come to Houston, you want to try it out.
Yeah.
Just because you're like, I got to try this gym out at least one time when I'm in Houston. And that's what I'm building here in this community, in this tribe, is to build something that is worth, when you come in, you're like, oh my goodness, not only did I work out, I mean, I feel so inspired to where now I want to go in the world to leave my mark every day.
Yeah.
Now we become a verb in your life.
And even to just, I mean, if nothing else, just to be able to say, man, I did it. You know, I went in there and I did it. You know, I left everything in the gym on the floor.
Accomplishment.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. You're affirming coming in, but you're also affirming leaving out. And that's why I say I want this to be the verb of facilities, especially when you come in and when you leave out. Because like Jake said and like Kazi said, we're not just saying just leave your mark here.
Mm-hmm.
This is part of your life. This is just 1% every day to get better. When you go out in the world, you got to leave your mark at your children. You got to leave your mark at your whatever you decide to do in your career, in your business, whatever it is. We're saying just do it. Do it every single day. It's not just about working out. Yeah,
absolutely. And I like to go back a little bit because you touched on something, and I can feel your passion right now, right? So in regards to, you know, why you started the gym and how you started the gym, you were saying, you know, your preparation met the opportunity. And you told me a little bit about the COVID situation, because I always try to reach my guests, because this show is going to be posted and people can come back and watch it. They can replay it, whatever they want to do. But in regards to the whole COVID situation, and there was something about COVID that also played a part in you starting here, because you had to come back to Houston, you know, and you felt a certain way. But that part of the message I like for you to share too, you know, because it's going to help somebody in some way, somehow.
Yeah, so originally I thought about putting a facility in Austin, and I knew that I already was going to move forward with it. And then preparation met opportunity. So we ended up meeting, actually Jake and I, we were sitting talking, and he shared with me something that he had, and I said, oh man, let's move forward, you know. And then that didn't fall in place, but I came home February 14th. And so when I got home, I just wanted to take a year off at this time, because I was like, man, I don't want to do nothing. And then I was going to do an event in Austin, and that event was going to be really huge. And COVID, right? The place that we were going to do it at, COVID, we were smack dead in COVID, and they were like, nope, we can't have this many people. They have to be 6 feet apart. I'm like, this ain't gonna work, you know? And like, I'm gonna just be honest with you. God started messing stuff up, just started juggling things around.
You almost opened somewhere else, you said, right?
Yeah, we almost opened somewhere else, and then that didn't work out. And then I was already still moving forward. My sister, which is a realtor, she was already looking for me another spot. I was like, well, whatever. You know me, I don't stop. So I just kept looking. I remember calling Jake. He was bummed about it, and I said, bro, listen to who you talking to. I said, then I tell you, I said, if I say I'm opening the gym, I'm opening the gym, we good. Don't worry about it. Yeah. And we were smacked. Life just kept happening, you know, and being optimistic and making sure that your team understood it's okay. Sometimes God will detour things for you and put you in a position because he knows what has to happen. And I knew at that moment, I was just like, I kept saying, even to my boy, Walter, I said, hey, listen, what's going to be, going to be. What's going to happen is going to happen. And then so things start getting to, and I needed to sit down for a second to put my thoughts together, what I really wanted. Yeah. So I was happy that it happened that way, because I had a whole different idea about what I was about to do. Because before, when I was about to go with the other spot, I wasn't really fully invested. I was there, but I wasn't really sharing everything, you know? And so I believe that opportunity met preparation. And when my sister kept looking, my business partner was just like, listen, I'm still in it with you. I don't want you to go nowhere, you know? And I was just like, well, I mean, what do you want to do? Anyways, we found this spot. I said, my focus was, I didn't want a high overhead, honestly. I wanted something that we can test the theory, make sure that we get it off the ground. And this is just first of many. And so the first thing that I focused on was, I want to make sure that whoever I bring on first can eat with me, you know, because I know right now I told them, I said, look, learn all of the good and bad for me. Right. But just know one day, I mean, my mentality for you guys is to also run with it. Yeah. So it's not just for me, it's for all of us as a team.
And I'm gonna interrupt you right there too, because I want them to know this was an Andrea Everline interview, and the first thing you told me, because it took us a minute to like get on the phone and actually have the conversation about today. And the first thing you said, hey, I just want to make sure my team can get in. And I'm like, absolutely, and I want y'all to know she was passionate about that. And your team and your family and the culture that you're creating, is huge. And I'd like to hear from y'all what y'all think about that. But, just speak a little bit more on that, because I wanted them to understand that.
Because we don't, God gave me the vision, and I'm going to just be fair. But there's no, and I say this every time I do an interview, there's no way I can believe I can do this by myself. I've never done it by myself. Mm-hmm. None of us have ever done it by ourselves. Yeah. And so Jay can tell you, we've sat together. I've sat with Coach Kazi. The first thing that I always tell them, don't let your ego get in the way of this. Man. Please don't.
A lot of people think it's them. It becomes them, a show. It's not.
And it's not. And so for me, just as well as you, I was never going to tell them that. You told them that. Yeah. It's not none of their business, but because God only needs to know, Mm-hmm. But if I continue to lead how I'm supposed to, I will be, God will always protect us. I'm not worried about anything. Yeah. And he will always make sure that everything will get taken care of. So for me, it is about team. And I've always thought that. And the reason why I thought that is because this is how my mother created this woman. Like, mm-hmm. It was 9 of us, and I remember drinking out of one cup, like, share with your brother, share with your sister. And that mentality kind of helped me. I'm going to be honest, like little things like that, sowing those seeds along my journey. I'm like, well, I guess I got to share.
It reminds me of my grandmother, man, God rest her soul. She had 9 as well. And she would always say, I only had 9 children. Mm-hmm. That's her little thing. I only had 9. Yeah.
That was nothing to them back in the day. Yeah. But I always say this, and I've said this in several interviews, is that I'm the why person. Mm-hmm. And I understand that I'm the leader. And I understand I'm the chief of this building. And but like I said, I don't treat my team like they're little bitty people. Yeah. Like I'm like, you're good at what you do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, it's a joy to have you on board. However, we got to stick to the core values and the morale of this company. Yeah. And so I am the why, but there's no way I can get from point A to point B if I don't have how people. Yep. And so for me, they know how. We all put ourselves together and we say, oh, how can we do this? And I can talk to Jake, and Jake is big on recovery, and Kazi is big on lifting weights. And Jake doesn't really lift weights all the time, but we bring different dynamics to this company. Mm-hmm. And so for us, we sit down and we create, and so I think that's the most important thing. And that's why I'm always so strategic. Trainers hit me up all the time. Can you have an opening for your gym? No, I don't. I'm very strategic. Even if I interview you, if you don't fit my culture and my tribe, I'm not bringing anything cancerous in this building. And unfortunately, a lot of trainers are not fully certified. Yeah. You have to have corrective exercise. You have to have a full package. I've been in facilities, tons of them, and they're just not there. A CPT is enough, and then they're coming to get rehab, or they coming to get stretched because they've been injured. So for us, it's like, we go hard, but we also want to make sure that we have everything else put in place. And you feel like you're part of a community that gives a damn about you.
Yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Would y'all like to add anything?
But team is very important, and they know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, sure. Like kind of what you said, you're like, I can feel your passion. Just sitting here listening to her talk, you can feel her passion. And that's kind of, you can expect that same mentality that I felt, working alongside her, because, we had many talks when this first, got brought to light, and, obviously with the new business, things are changing very quickly. And, I finally had to tell her, I was like, look, like every time I'm with you, like you challenge my spirituality, like my spiritual health, increases. And I feel like I said earlier, like I do feel like refueled, like, and I'm not going to put a price on that. And I'm not going to let ego or anything come in between. You can pay me $5 an hour, and it won't matter to me, because I know that, I'm taking something bigger home with me. So, she's just that type of person where, I expect nothing less now. If there's a podcast in here, of course she's going to get us involved. I know that, she's got our back no matter what, inside the gym, outside the gym, whatever. So, that's the kind of culture we're all bringing, and all going to, bring something to it. So
that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah, Andrea is nothing. I've never doubted a word that she's ever said. So solid as this whole building. Like, there's
Solid. Exactly. That's what's up. So I like to move to, well, first, I like for you guys, this is what I call like the commercial. You know, I'll put everything up, let people know how to find you. If you want to talk a little bit about the website, what you know, expect people to get from that, I'll put everything up, and you can talk about a little bit about that.
About the website?
The web, just, yes. And
okay,
Instagram and you know, all of that.
Okay, you can find us at www.r3FUEL.com, or you can follow me personally at Andrea Everline, at Andrea Everline, or at AndreaEverline.com. It will always be reverted back to Refuel. Or you can follow on Instagram at R3FUEL Refuel Gym. So
we got it up on the screen, so you guys can definitely check it out. You see it on the screen at IG. Y'all can go and search it right now too. Guys, you want to plug your Instagrams, or if you have Instagram?
You'll find it through there.
Exactly. So yes, definitely want to go and follow and tap into Refuel. Next thing I'd like to talk about is just like the mission of the gym. If there's anything you want to speak in regards to that. I know you said it's member based, and you know, how you plan on running it, I guess, and then if you want to talk about the grand opening.
Gotcha. So we open up this Monday on the 20th. Our first class start on Monday through Thursdays. We start at 5 a.m. We have our classes from 5:15 all the way up to about 8:45, and then we go into some 30-minute classes after about 9 o'clock to 10:30, and then we have a break, and then we have another hour class from 12. So we run in about 11 classes throughout the day, wow. Monday through Thursdays, and then on Fridays, and it's pretty intense, and all levels are welcome. Just come to work.
Be intimidated.
Be intimidated, but you got to grow in order to, you got to get uncomfortable in order to grow.
Yeah.
And then we also have Monday through Thursdays. We also have classes from 4, and our last class is at 8:15. And then on Friday, we still open at 5:15, but we close early at 6. Our last class is from 5 to 6. Saturday, Sunday, we are open from 7:30 to 1:30. Yeah, 7:30 to 1:30. The gym is also, it's during our dead hours, especially on Saturdays, Sundays. It is open in midday in certain times of the day for prominent clients to come in and use the facility. I do rent out my facility for photo shoots and stuff like that, and for marketing purposes.
Yeah.
I also do a lot of corporate wellness that we'll be tapping into. So that will be completely customized for whatever company that we have coming in. They pay for the package, and we put them in. You can book that 2 weeks out. And for the most part, like this facility is all about building. It is class-based. However, there's a lot more to look for in the new year because, and I don't want to share that, but we are looking to build an add-on, should I say, for personal training.
Upgrades
on the other
coming.
side.
We'll put it
there's
like
upgrades
that.
coming. Yes.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you know, with everything that you guys are offering, there's really just no excuse for someone to come in and say they're not getting what they need. You know, and especially with the passion you possess and the team that you have, just taking that first step, just showing up and getting over here. And we were talking about doing a walkthrough, and you was like, "Nah, we're not doing no walkthrough." So talk to them about that part. They ain't gonna get to see the gym. Why?
I truly believe
that's all you get. That's on the screen right now. That's all you're gonna get.
I know there's people that don't know me, but I truly believe that if somehow you've heard about this facility, you know if you want to join or not.
Mm-hmm.
We do believe that why do you need to see the facility? I don't even let phones on my floor when you're in a workout. You're not going to disturb my class, and so you don't even. I'm not even allowing water on the floor because of how the gym is built.
Yeah. And
so it's an hour class or a 30-minute class, so you have to get off the floor because I don't want you to disturb anybody else that's actually leaving their mark.
Yeah. And
so it's truly intense, and but I don't even allow phones inside of my facility.
Yeah. And if it's an hour
when
class,
we're working out.
Yeah, that speaks to you got to come ready. You know,
you have to come ready.
Get all the water that you need before you get on that floor, and you know, just understand that you're gonna have to push through once you get started. And
let me I don't rewrite the will. I see a lot of big boomers, like other companies that do these group classes, and I didn't rewrite the will.
Yeah.
I added more to it, and I add more intense training, and I used to watch these YouTube videos of these other companies, and I'm like, how do they have their phone on the floor with them? And they're like, are they working?
Yeah.
You know. And I'm like, they ain't gonna want to do that here.
Yeah.
And so the cool part about it is, and what I love is that this weekend, just this weekend, we're opening my doors for 24 men to come and join us. Because I always have men that reach out and say, I want to work out with you, but you crazy, you know? And I'm like, I'm giving you an opportunity. Before we open on the 20th, I'm just going to show, and I want to pretty much showcase what we do.
Wow.
Take the content and put some intent in here and let men just really go through it, you know, and really invite them into our space to say, hey, this is what you're going to get in here. Don't tell me you cannot get a good workout in the class, because I want to break stigmas.
They challenging you already.
Hey, I'm all right with
24 men. Are you already full for people that are listening?
No, we actually have a couple months. We have some more spots available. Yeah.
Okay. So if you're a man and you want to challenge her and you think you can outwork her, she has a couple spots left. You know, put it to the test. You know, I'm not gonna be here, but it's okay.
I'm trying to get in here, but
I'll be here. I got a bunch of things going on, but I'm definitely gonna be.
That's the
here.
first excuse I always say. I got a lot of stuff going on.
But no, 24 men. You know, you have them signed up already. I don't know if you want to speak at all to that. Like, what are those guys up in for? You know, when they come?
A great workout. I don't think that I just know that we don't have time to talk. You know, we ain't got 30 minutes between each set. We're not gonna be lifting and then all right. You know, it's really intense. It's 1 hour of let's get it.
Yeah.
You know, let's inspire. I want the man that's in here just to really understand, like, I need you.
Right.
I need men. I mean, my whole staff is men, you know. So, not saying that women are not allowed. I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah, no.
But I'm just saying that, like, men don't understand, like, I need you behind me. Mm-hmm. You know, I have a lot of great men already that's pushing me towards even more greatness, right, every single day. But having a man and a woman's energy, it's different, you know.
Yeah.
And so I don't rewrite the wheel on that neither. I understand that I need my men in this community to stand up and to move with me, you know, and for us to break the stigmas, but more importantly, just get behind me. Like, let's support it.
That's huge. I mean, because even my nonprofit, that's what it's all about. You know, I challenge men to just step up and be the best that you can be, bridging that gap from the old to the young or the older, because, you know, when you're being the best you can be as an older man, you got to know there's somebody looking at you, and that's going to motivate them to be better.
Absolutely.
You know, and then vice versa. You know, if there's a young person that's aspiring to do their best, then you have an older person that might not be at their best. And be like, man, this young dude can do it. I can do it. You know, let me step my game up. You know, and give him the wisdom. You know, if you can't even give him the experiences or the accolades of something that he's accomplished, you can give him a little bit of wisdom on how to not make those same mistakes. So. That means a lot to me, and we
just need more men. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
We just need more men more involved. I mean, I think that's what I'm trying to kind of. That's my message, honestly. Like, not for the gym, but for like this Saturday. Like, I need you involved. I want you involved. I want you to get behind this movement, because it's something different. Like I said, the dynamic of a man and woman's power is unmatched.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm fully staffed with men, and they give me all the energy up in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I'll be around here acting like him. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Sit down and eat. No, I'm
kidding. Don't let her do you like that, fellas. You know, you got to draw the line somewhere. You know, I'm here to tell you. No. But no. Being the head of an awesome team, man, I think everybody understands where you're coming from and where you're trying to go, and they have your back fully. So I'd like to open the floor for, you know, any thoughts that you've had or anything that you guys want to share with the audience that's listening in, and then, you know, we can move from there if there's anything that you'd like to share.
Not a whole lot. Just I guess one of the things that, you know, that I like about Dre and the way she's been running this business so far is, you know, I've been a part of a lot of group training programs. And there's no room for distractions in this place. But the reason why she keeps phones off the floor and water off the floor, when you're in the cube, what we call it, there's no distractions. You're zoned in. You're facing your uncomfortableness, right? There's nothing to get you out, right? You gotta focus, and I don't care if you're barely moving. You know, you're going at your pace still. Your pace might be the exact same as everyone else's, which is fine, but you're not running from it either, though. So that's what I like. You know, that's one of the many things that I am really looking forward to this, because that'll just, emphasize the culture, and it'll allow us coaches to really, connect with everybody here working out. We can get in their face, we can motivate them, inspire them, be sweating with them. Like I said, I've been a part of many group training programs before, and that was always an issue, in my opinion, of, whether someone comes in the door and, wants to look at the facility and ask you questions, and you guys say, hey man, can you help with the class for a second? Let me go talk to this guy. So it can be really distracting real fast. And that's something that, we won't accept here. So, the culture will be on a different level, in my opinion. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Much different culture, but much needed.
Yeah. I would say just be ready to be challenged. I mean, that's what you want. You don't want to be complacent. It's all mental. So if you're complacent, you're not willing to come in here. No, I mean, not just in here in general, but just like be ready to challenge yourself. And that's what I got from Andrea, to always be ready. Andrea can walk into this room right now and be like, do you run? And I'm like, no.
She's trying to make me sound so bad.
She'd be like, let's go 5 miles. And it's like, it's up to me mentally whether I want to actually do it or be complacent. And she really helped as far as like, I know Jake Price is going to do that. There's no like complacent. That like she wants us to move. We also want to move ourselves, and that's the part where you got to challenge yourself and actually do what you're thinking, rather than just think about it, do it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it.
Okay. And put it to work. I mean, it's so many things going through my head right now, and the fact of you just getting out there and just doing it is really huge. Is there anything that you would like to tell people before they come here, as far as like you say you want them to be intimidated, right? But any preparation that you want to give folks before they come, or anything at all?
It's just come to work. I mean, you're still going at your pace. I mean, it's not like I can make you run faster if you don't run fast, my speed. I mean, no, I think that what people get so wrapped up in is that I can't do what she do. I can't do what he does. How about you do what you can do?
Mm-hmm.
And when you start doing what you can do, you stay in your lane, you dominate your lane, and guess what? You're in here with the best of the best. And now you've grown to where you see yourself growing, and you're just like, oh, I remember where I started. Every person that get on that treadmill, they're not going to run as fast as the next person next to them.
Yeah.
But you can run your pace.
Yeah.
Just don't stop.
Yeah. Leave your mark.
Leave your mark. Just don't stop. And I think that's what it is. That intimidation that I'm talking about is I am weaving out literally people that don't want to work.
Right.
So I do want you to be intimidated. Mm-hmm. But if you're ready to work and you're ready to go to the next level, let's do it together.
If you think you are.
If you think you are.
Because
because when you get in here, you're going to be like, man, I love the people. I love the atmosphere. I love the energy. This is, oh my goodness, the gym is amazing. Everything is bright. We're bright. I mean, we're very knowledgeable. Literally from the coaches. I mean, we talk about so much. And so even with the work that's being put in to make this a success it's all for the people. Like, it's not because we want to be the best. Like, I know they say that, but I'm going to be honest, I am already the best. I'm not trying to be the best trainer. There's going to be some 23-year-old woman. One day I'm going to be like, listen, girl, you good. Let me hire you.
Yeah.
I got to get old one day. Yeah. I probably won't run as fast as I'm running now. But I love, if you can see my boy Kobe, you can't see him in the background. But I remember when he one thing that I love the most about what Kobe is that he hated mediocrity. And I wish people would stop thinking, like, why do you think so small? If I would have thought that small when I kind of took them 10 steps back and gained 285 pounds, I wouldn't be here today. This is called consistency. When motivation wasn't there, I was disciplined. There was obedience there. Mm-hmm. And so for me, is that's what I want people to understand. Yes, if you intimidate, it's because you don't want to tap into your own discipline. Mm-hmm. You're scared of tapping into that dog of you and that greatness of you, because just say that. Yeah. But don't say because you can't jump a box like me. Darling, can somebody bring me a small box? Just hold it up in the back, somebody. We got all types of boxes here. Don't say you can't jump a box like me, but you can jump a box. You can jump a box. Yeah. So this is my thing, is that if you start learning how to do it at your pace and just dominate your lane. Mm-hmm. That's it. Just dominate your lane.
He got the box.
Yeah, that's the box. So don't tell me you can't jump it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the most important. I mean, that's just a small little thing that I deal with like on a daily basis, and I don't respond to that because I'm like, you already have talked yourself out of your greatness. Right. I don't listen to that. Yeah. You know, I'm positive vibes. We vibe on high frequencies up over here. We can do whatever. Yeah. You put me on a track with the fastest runner right now today. I'm not gonna say my mouth. I'm gonna lose. Yeah. Yeah. That's nuts. You're gonna have to beat me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool, you beat me. Yeah. But you think I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna lose? Not happening. Yeah. But Kobe said something so dope. He was talking about Michael Jordan, and it's not so shade, but he was just like, he put his pants on just like I do. Mm-hmm. You know, and I want people to take that type of mentality. Like, I put my pants on just like you. Mm-hmm. And get in here and work with me. Let's go. Yeah. You know, let's build a culture that is unbreakable, that's unshakable. And the thing is that people are afraid of that. Yeah. They are so scared of their greatness. Yeah. And I'm like, why? Yeah.
you shouldn't be like that. You definitely gotta just home in on what you're good at and understand that you have weaknesses too. You know, that's the main thing. But just challenge yourself to do better. Mm-hmm. That's the biggest thing for me. So big shouts out to my brother Al. What's up, Coach Al? I see you, and thank you for joining us. But the last thing is talking about the event that I came to. You know, I got to witness. You talk about affirmations, you know, and so when we did the toast, you were speaking just nothing but affirmations, telling people to ask for what they want, which speaks to what you're talking about right now. Absolutely. You know, and just go after it. And you know, with that event, I saw just the following that you had, and that was my very first time actually meeting you, and I thought that was pretty dope. People are excited about you opening the doors, you know, and so we want to let everybody know again when you're opening up, you know, and how they can to join in, because we want to make sure anybody that just joined in hears that. So
we open up on the 20th, and let me just share this with you guys. I love the excitement, I love the proud of yous, and I love the congratulations, but make the commitment to join. I promise you, your life will be changed. And even if you feel you can't do it, still gift somebody else to do it. And let them tell you how good it is, at least until we get you in the door. But the most important thing is that I'm grateful for, and I don't know if you felt it, but every person here, no one came in here to be nosy. Right. Everybody came here to be impacted. Yep. Every person, they were celebrating the moment. And I'm grateful for that type of community. I'm grateful for my team. But after that grand opening, we took a deep breath, and the first thing that came out of my mouth was time to get to the real work. Right. You know? And so I'm very grateful for that. But for the most important part, like, don't just be excited about it for me. Be excited about it for you. Mm-hmm. You know, let me say I'm proud of you. Let me tell you congratulations. Like, let us see you grow with us, you know? So thank you for coming. Thank you for subscribing to the application. But yeah, touch the membership button. Right, right.
Click that button and get involved. Yeah. I definitely agree with that. And we want to get as many people motivated to get in here and be challenged, find that greatness inside of you. And the biggest thing is leaving your mark, you know, because that's the mantra that you guys are pushing around here. And I want everybody to leave their mark. And like you say, it's not just about today. It's not just about next week, but it's just throughout your lifetime, leaving your mark in any and everything that you do, you know. And again, a lot of your statements and a lot of your goals and your missions just absolutely lines up with my nonprofit and what I do with these youth, because I don't want them to have an excuse. You know, it's anything can be an excuse, but everything shouldn't be an excuse. And that's very, very, very important. When you realize that, then you'll get more into leaving your mark and understanding that all you got to do is keep pushing. So definitely get over here to the gym and get involved and get that membership and get tested. And y'all let me know how many times y'all whoop Andrea's butt.
I want to get whooped. I ain't scared to get whooped. I promise.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so I appreciate everybody tuning in. If there's anything that anybody wants to share before we get out of here. But my thing is, the thing I got back today was mental toughness. You know what I'm saying? And understanding that everything that you do from day to day is going to help you, one, leave that mark. It's going to make a difference, and it means something, you know. And if it doesn't mean anything to anybody else, it should mean something to you. So definitely get refueled and come over here and participate at Refuel. And just join the gym, you know, and you'll feel better about yourself. You'll see the changes, and you just got to understand it all starts in the mind. So we appreciate you guys tuning in to the show, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We appreciate you guys being here. We got a lot of people that are on Instagram, and if anybody missed it, please share the live, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on Instagram. Also, like, subscribe to the Reach Podcast Show, and just follow our show from week to week. You can always go back and catch the replay. If you missed any part of this, I don't even want to call it an interview. If you missed any part of this discussion, is what I like to call it. Just go back and watch it, and let them know that you saw this show here on the Reach Podcast Show, so they'll understand the reach and the scope of what we're doing here. But guys, you guys have a great week, and just stay focused is all I could say. Stay focused, and also keep God first, because you talked about that. Keeping God first and understanding that He controls everything. So you guys have a great week, rest of the week and weekend, and we appreciate everybody tuning in.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.